Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. All your pricing and product questions, email me at tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today we're discussing a watch launched in 2009. This is the Cartier Santos 100 Skeleton. It is made of palladium. Now the timepiece measures 46.5 millimeters from side to side, not including crown guard and crown, from lug tip to lug tip. 54.8 millimeters, and surprisingly, only 10.8 millimeters thick. Now, the timepiece is hefty. Palladium is a precious metal. This case is hallmarked as a result, and it has the brilliant whiteness of platinum rather than the warmth of white gold, so it looks, and to a large extent, feels like a platinum watch. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters circumference, you can see that the watch is sizable, and I feel that although it fits securely on my wrist, it's probably at its best on a wrist of 17 centimeters circumference or larger. Now you can see the lugs don't quite overhang the edge of my wrist, but it does fill out my wrist quite well. So for proportion's sake, I suggest a wrist of 17 centimeters circumference or larger. That said, it is very thin, and it will fit underneath a dress cuff, so it is quite versatile in that regard. It is considerably thinner than even something like a Rolex Daytona or Day-Date. The strap is fully integrated to give it an all-of-a-piece look, no gap between strap and case flank, nor gap between strap and lug. It is a massive strap with large rectangular scale alligator leather, a broad folded edge, and it is folded, not sheer cut. We have a monotone stitch. It is a matte finish. Taking a quick look at the underside, you can see it is a calfskin bottom, and it is a Cartier strap in brand new condition. Taking a quick look at how the clasp works, you can see it uses a crimping mechanism. So there are no holes in the strap, and then once you've crimped it, the extra length sits underneath the strap, so there's no need for minder loops. And if you're wondering, these are minder loops. This doesn't need that. It's a clean look. Fascinating, on the bottom, the clasp itself is made of white gold. White gold, mechanically, is stronger than palladium or platinum, so it's used for this rather mechanical and functional component here. It is a double fold, and you can see it's a sequential close with one side folding after the other. It is very thick gauge white gold for strength, and with twin trigger release, it is not going to pop open unintentionally. You can also see it's model specific, as the overlay of the upper flank features a profile that mimics the aesthetic of the bezel. Now, taking a quick look at the case, it is a surprisingly fine thing with short integrated lugs, and you can see it is curved from side to side, which is why it does fit on my wrist, even if I feel proportionally you need a bigger wrist. Taking a quick look, it's satinated in profile with a bevel that runs all the way around the end of the lug and then transversely across the case. Taking a look at the crown, small pointed crown guards, satin finished flank. The crown itself is of high polish. It has an ultra dark sapphire cabochon, which has been faceted. And then we have a polished bezel fixed by screws, as we've seen on most Cartier Santos models since the original. In 1904, the first Santos was created, which is why in 2004, the Santos 100, of which this is an example, was created as a family. So Santos 100 of 2004 evolved over the years into this for 2009. 2009 was the first year after the discontinuation of the CPCP, or Collection Privée Cartier Paris. It was their haute de gamme collection. This was a new collection under watchmaking lead Carol Forestier-Cassapy, and so this was variously called Cartier Haute-Horlogerie or Cartier Fine Watchmaking. Cartier Fine Watchmaking is the more common term that was used until the end of the series in recent years. So this is the successor to CPCP and one of the launch models, and you can see why. First, Santos. Where did that come from? Well, in 1904, Alberto Santos Dumont, a pioneering pilot and aviator, albeit of airships, not airplanes, asked his friend Louis Cartier of Paris to create a watch he could use while piloting an airship. This required two hands, so he couldn't reach into a pocket to avail himself of the pocket watch, so the watch needed to be on his arm so he could see it while piloting a dirigible. As a result, the Santos became one of the world's first wristwatches, first sports wristwatches, and certainly the first ever pilot's watch. It is a dress watch line today, but that's where it comes from. Now, the dial is one and the same as Cartier caliber 9611. 2 barrels, manual wind, 3-day power reserve, 8 beats per second, 20 joules, fully skeletonized and protected down to 30 meters. So, taking a quick look at what we have here, you can see that the upper bridge, or I should say the bridge on the dial side, is one and the same as the dial, skeletonized with vertical satin across its top and then mirror beveling on its edge. Now, this is a machined bevel, but it is one of the finest I've ever encountered. Money was spent here to make a machined bevel look mirrored, and they achieved that. All screw heads are polished. The hands are beautiful blued broadsword or kite style. The barrels have been opened up, skeletonized like the movement itself. You could see that we have at center a visible motion works. That's the mechanism that operates the hands. You can see the intermediate wheels, the minute wheel, and the hour wheel in action. And then you can see adjacent to that the keyless works, which has also been finished. That's the mechanism that occupies the functions of clutching, the engagement of winding or setting. Now, turning it all over, I'll do my best to show you here. It is a spectacular movement. It is just excellent to behold. You can see a special Cartier C logo, micrometric regulator, more of that satination and beveling on the reverse side. You can see there's a ratchet wheel skeletonized atop the barrel, and again, 2 barrels with a 3-day power reserve. Precious metal palladium. It has been hallmarked on the reverse side, and you can see that the case back does have a pronounced curve to it. It is a very special watch with a very special case and a very special movement. It is also very rare. So reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.